Yo, do us a favor and yourself a favor by hitting that subscribe button. Make sure to tap that notification bell as well so you can stay updated. Now let's get to the video. When did you actually go independent? Because I remember, I want to say around the time we last sat with you in 2017, you was under Priority Records.
Yeah, so that was a great thing too. That was great. Shout out to Bree, shout out to Ant. I'm not with them anymore, but they taught me a lot. You know what I'm saying? So one thing with the Priority, it was a single deal. Oh. But we didn't. It's all about perception. So we didn't say it was a single deal. We just said deal. So we just leave everybody else to interpret that however they want to interpret it. And people are like, you signed? I'd be like, nah. Yeah, marketing. And that's what Bree was great at. And still is. And I was just like, yeah, nah, I'm not. So people would pull me like, yo, ain't you signed? No, I'm not signed, bro. We did a single deal for Dancing Like Diddy, and that was it.
Damn. Whole time I thought it was a...
Nah, I've been independent the entire time. We just did that. Yeah, and I think Priority fizzled out probably like 2 years or a year and a half afterwards anyway.
This is iLLANOiZE Radio with Biko, iLLANOiZE Jones, and Pretty Riot going down right now.
You're tuned in to iLLANOiZE Radio, Chicago's most valuable radio show. I'm your host, Biko, alongside Pretty Riot and special guest host, Mary J of the Chocolate Baddie Show. And as always, we bring you all the illest guests from around the city and globe. And today, man, he returns. He goes by the name of the boy iLLANOiZE.
Thank you. Yes, indeed.
I heard the little
I was trying to get my Jones on, man.
My brother, the return is real, man. You you know, for those that's listening and don't know this, you were one of the first artists to come through when we very first started back in 2017.
Yep, I remember that interview. I don't think I had this much hair either.
Nah, it was like, it was not that long.
Nah, not at all. But no, I've been here since the inception. So like to see where y'all at now, I definitely got to give y'all props, man, because y'all like a legit reputable source as far as anything entertainment goes in the city and beyond. So I appreciate y'all for repping the city like y'all do.
Appreciate that. Look,
for real.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, I will say, look, as you see to this day, you're still around. Things is still in motion. Music is still flowing. I was watching our past interview. Your hair is still glowing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
He
yes,
do got his shit
I remember.
I was like, damn, okay, for the drip.
I had the curl at that point.
My boy tried to go on because I was like, man, your beard even slick and mine dry.
It's the soul glow.
You got to be on point, man.
So
on point.
I mean, since then, I mean, how have you been now? And I'm gonna just start there. How have you been?
It's been cool, man. It's been great. I've been 2017, 18, 19 was probably like the height of where I was like, yo, a lot of people know who I am. You know, I'm moving a certain way. I'm moving. Certain situations took place in 2019 and kind of like sat me down.
Okay.
And that was right before the pandemic. I had a show actually. I had been sitting out for like maybe a couple months. It's a political BS that happened. You know, some blackballing. You know, some of that nature.
Why? Like you like the third artist, guest, not just artist, guest to come through and say such a thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's I understand it from both sides. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want their positions taken. Mm-hmm. And to make sure their positions don't get taken, they'll make sure where they at, they be like, hey, don't rock with him. Or I'm going to sabotage this so he don't show up in this arena.
That's
so I'm not.
hell,
you know what I'm saying? So it's very lame, but you know, I had to let it go. Mm-hmm. You know, so that was like 2019, and then pandemic happened. But right before the pandemic, I was like, "Oh, I'm coming back. Here we go." I opened up for Rhapsody.
Okay, yeah.
And I was like the only male there because it was a woman's tour. You know what I'm saying? I was the only male. I killed it.
How the hell you managed to?
I have no clue. But she picked me to perform, to open up for her.
That's dope.
So I was like, yeah, that was super dope. We connected backstage. She was like, yeah, you killed it. And I was like, yeah. And then what I was supposed to happen is it was the year of Chicago music, 2020. And I was supposed to go to Paris and Munich, Germany, to perform for the city. And it was like the end of February, they was like, yeah, we canceling everything. I'm like, man, why we canceling everything? You know what I'm saying? Couple weeks later, something like that. Pandemic, everything started shut down. So during that whole pandemic, and my daughter had just been born too.
Yeah, because you didn't have you wasn't a father.
No, I wasn't a father, so I'm a father.
She's tall.
Father. Yeah, she's very tall. It's from her mama's side of the family, not my side.
I mean, are you married as well, or
No. We still together though.
Got you. I mean, how like within that time span? Because think of you had so your daughter was born during the pandemic.
August 2019.
2019
in our apartment.
In the apartment. Okay, wait a minute.
We had a home birth.
So y'all had a home birth.
Yeah, we had a home birth inside a pool.
What's that plan? Well,
no, we had planned that before she even got pregnant.
Okay, I'm like,
yeah, we had.
Well, it had to be.
So we already knew. We had our doula and midwife early. Like,
what was that experience like for you being the dad?
It was the craziest experience I've ever experienced in my entire life. Because what happened, and she has a video on YouTube. If y'all want to search it, I'll probably put it in a link on my page or whatever. Because we didn't anticipate it. The one thing that really threw me off is filling up the pool. I thought it was going to be much easier, much faster. It took a long time. The pool water has to be warm, right? So we like getting it from the sink and it's running out. So we had four pots on the stove, heating up the stove on the pots and then dumping the water in there. It was crazy. But everybody had went to sleep. It was me, her cousin, her friend, one of her closest friends, and our midwife, and her assistant. We all went to sleep. It's like, I want to say like 1:45, 2 a.m. And she even sleep in the pool nodding off. And she started making noise. And my midwife heard her. She was like, she came to me. She was like, come get your baby. And I was like, all right. And so I popped up, took my cell phone out of my pocket and just jumped in the pool. And I caught my daughter. So it was cool. It was super dope.
Damn, that is an experience.
What led y'all to that decision?
Like, we was both on that type of vibe of like, being non-medicated, husband's non-medicated, just a natural home birth.
Yeah.
We just into a lot of natural stuff. Like, she's super into herbs and not going to the doctor. She's the herb doctor. Like, if anything's wrong in the house, she got her essential oils and her herbs and whatever she need to get done.
That's all you need, man.
Nah, yeah.
Trying to tell people, don't trust them doctors.
Nah, it's crazy. And then just as a male, just seeing the mortality rate of mothers that die in the hospital while giving birth is bonkers, outrageous. And the whole thing, like skin to skin contact, right? Which is so important because there's certain microbes that the baby needs to come in contact as soon as they come out of the vaginal canal. And they charge you for that in the hospital. And we was like, man, this is crazy.
Especially during COVID, too. I was listening to somebody say that, like, this lady wasn't vaccinated, and they literally called the police on her when she tried to leave the baby with her hospital because she wasn't vaccinated.
It's a big business, you know? And when you start to research that side
and childbirth is expensive.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You save so much money.
We saved a lot of money.
All you had to really buy is the pool.
Yeah, I mean, we paid for the midwife, but it still wasn't as expensive as having a child inside of a hospital.
And then I can only imagine as the baby is like the first thing that I see is my home and not like these white walls in the hospital and
it was
all these bright lights and stuff.
Noises.
It was very, very dim in there. And We Are One was playing. It was crazy because
We Are One was playing.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's so beautiful.
It was dope. It was like somebody wrote a script on his birth, like dead serious. She was born August 20th. Yeah, she was born August 20th at 2:08. Yeah,
is that a special time?
No, it was just August. It's the same numbers. 2:08, August 20th is 8:20.
Yeah. She's special. That's like my birthday.
Yeah. So then going into the pandemic, I'm at home virtually because I'm a dean. Like I was telling you,
gonna get into
I'm a dean. So like every school was virtual. So we was being able to raise her first 2 years of life, like close contact. So it was super dope. She picked up a lot. Them pandemic babies, very smart.
I was about to say, you got a pandemic baby.
Nah, she's very bright.
That is...
Shout out to Yaya.
Bruh, what is going on with my computer screen right now? We about to take a quick music break.
Round one, fight.
City of Champions presents Kings of the Crown, a boxing event that you don't want to miss. Come witness the Clash of the Titans, July 16th at the Sparta Dome, located at 1355 East North Street, Crown Point, Indiana. Fight starts at 8 p.m. Come witness greatness.
Yo, what's up? It's your girl, Pretty Right, and I need you to do one sminy. Yo, what's up? It's your girl, Pretty Riot, and I just need you to do one small favor for me. Head on over to your app store, search iLLANOiZE. Hit the first thing that pops up because we the one and only, and download the iLLANOiZE app. So before break, you were talking about the pandemic. And one thing that you stated, and you tried, I feel like you tried to slide it in there, but I heard it. But you stated that you had, like, you were sitting on 5 EPs. So I want to know, what did the pandemic do for your creative process?
It allowed me to be a fan. I was like not interested in putting content out. I wasn't trying to hit nobody or do interviews. I was just chilling, just watching everything go by. And it went by very quickly. That pandemic, that 2 years went by very quickly.
It did, but it seemed like it was going by slow.
For me, it went by real fast, especially because I'm in the schools. So, like, it went by real fast. I'm like, dang, this is the second year. And also, like, I know we're going to get to the school tip, but on the whole school thing, like, what was interesting that they brought to us now, it was like, all right, if you have a freshman, right, the last time they had a full year of school
was 7th grade.
7th grade.
Damn.
Yeah. So, like, socially, they're, like, literally behind. They're still middle schoolers in high school, you know? So, that was a difficult thing.
That transition for them.
The transition is messing them up. I mean, I can see it firsthand.
Well, let's stay on this topic, my brother. Yeah. When did you even become a dean?
Right before the pandemic.
Okay.
I got back into the school because the situation, you know what I'm saying, the political situation, whatever.
Let me mark that down so we could bring that back up.
No, it stopped. It stopped a lot of self-funding, you know what I'm saying, financial woes, you know, and I have a child now. So it was like, all right, you know, what I already did at Bossa and Barber A. Sizemore, I had a music program running out of there. But that was out of the kindness of my own heart. I was just running it to run it. But now I'm like, if I'm going to do anything as far as job-wise, I'm just going to be rocking with the kids again. And that's how I became a dean.
What school? You
I think he just said my school. Did you say Barber A. Sizemore?
No, I used to. I ran my music program was out of Barber A. Sizemore. Art in Motion.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the school that Common co-founded.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Damn, Illy.
Yeah.
Well,
so it's cool. It's 3 of us. It's 3 deans. It's 3 of us. Well, actually 4 because it's middle school and high school.
It's like also it's combined.
Yeah.
I mean, with you being a dean, I mean, how has that been for you? Especially like you just mentioned, how the kids are coming from a pandemic. If they was in 7th grade, you know, how that affect them on the communication tip. So how's that for you?
It's a lot because you know the dean is who you come to if you got problems.
The disciplinary problem.
I'm the disciplinary, so it's like you get seen sometimes like I don't rock with you, and then sometimes it's like thank you. You know what I'm saying? Big ups. But things that I've noticed is how influential music is on young kids, how traumatic the things they've gone through, and how bad parenting is at this point in time.
I could contest all 3.
It's really bad. And because I deal with parents on a regular, and sometimes you'll come in and you run into parents and you'll be like, I get it. This is why your child is kind of like this. You know what I'm saying? And it's like if we can't have you on our same side to redirect this behavior, then it's like it's only so much we can do. I'm not their parent. You're their biggest influence. You know what I'm saying? They come here to just kind of like wild out, and if you're not trying to help us get that under control, I don't know. It's nothing too much we can do for you. I wish you the best.
Do you feel like going through some of these challenges have made you an even greater father?
For sure. Because sometimes even the high schoolers, you be like, yo, you really act like you're 4 years old. This is a 4-year-old tantrum. And I'll go home and I'll be like, oh my goodness, this is why I'm seeing that, because they're at school doing the same thing so my daughter is doing. She's not even 3 years old. And I'll be like, all right, Yanis, it's all good. I love you because you really don't know no better. They should, but you don't know no better. So like, I'm much more, and I'm able to, thank God that I'm able to turn my emotions off from school once I leave school, and I just completely cut it off. Because if I kept it going, because I just having conversations with teachers, and a lot of people just quit the profession altogether because of how the behavior has been. They'll be like, yo, it's hard to turn that off. And I'll be at home and I'll be screaming at somebody and I'll be like, whoa, where is this coming from? You've been aggravated for 8 hours of the day at school, you know, so it's wild.
Some therapy. You're going to need a dean for a dean.
We got therapy. We got therapists in there. So, but it's a very interesting thing. But I also use them for promo.
And should.
You know, the ones I rock with, they got TikToks to my songs. Actually, when I came into Art in Motion, I did not tell none of my kids I did music.
Okay.
Right? Because I knew all the type of music they rock with. I'm like, they're not gonna rock with my music. You know what I'm saying? one of them found me, spread it in a group chat. They came to school playing Dancing Like Diddy.
That's
on
what
their
they
phone.
did to Insecure. I'm sorry. I was watching
for real?
that. Yeah, they did.
They came and they was like, Mr. Dalton, why you ain't tell us you was a rapper? I'm like, where you find this at? Like, I never said anything. I kid you not. The first 30 minutes of school, the whole school knew.
Yeah.
Because it went through everybody group chat, and then everybody was like, oh, Miss Dalton, we gonna finna put you on my page, this, that, and the other. So it was cool, though. It was cool. Like, Larry Hoover III goes to my school.
Okay.
Super cool kid. Super cool family. I always talk to Junior, Larry Hoover Jr. all the time. All the time.
That's
Real,
good to
real,
hear.
real good OG, man. Real smooth.
I mean, you say you talk to him all the time. I mean, what are some things that you share with him to keep him?
Well, the third, all the high schooler, me and him, we have our conversations. I just tell him, like, he's a funny guy, but sometimes he try to be too funny. I'll be like, man, just chill out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But his behavioral wise, he on point. He on point with his academics too. But we also have, shout out to my youngin' Kylie. Kylie plays the daughter on the Upshaws. That's on Netflix. So she goes to my school too. So she would be back and forth. Yeah. So she's the daughter. So she would go. She would be at school like for a month, then be in Hollywood for 3 weeks, and then come back to school. You know what I'm saying? So we got it's an art school. You know. So we got podcasting, art class, fashion design, things of that nature. So it's real dope.
With you being a music artist, does that give you some type of advantage with your students when it comes to being a disciplinarian?
For sure. Because they like, you got how many followers? Oh, what's up, bro? Let me put you know what I'm saying? We have, and then also like, because I'm in this world, we have very common like conversations. Mm-hmm. And they also take my advice because they like, okay, Mr. Dalton, you done been in it. That's my other name, Mr. Dalton. So they like, you done been in it, so I listen to you and I take heed to what you got to say a lot more than other people because I done seen visually what you done already. So they're like, all right, cool. I see what you saying. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of those this year. Like, all right, I see what you saying. Like, all right, cool. As long as you see what I'm saying.
It's better
whatever you do at past, you see what I'm saying. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had a policy where it was like no cell phones. And it's hard for me to take kids' cell phones because even in our meetings as adults, we can't stay on our phone. So I'm like, that's a hard expectation to have of teenagers when they was born into this. So I'd be like, hey, put your phone up, bro. I give you one warning. Next time I see it, I'm gonna take it for the whole class and then take it for the whole day. Like, I give you that leeway because it's very difficult to not be on the phone. Mm-hmm. So because I just understand their world, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not too far removed from it. I'm not that old, you know what I'm saying? I'm in my 30s, but I'm not that old. So they get it and they understand it. Yeah, and their parents I know some of their parents.
You want to know good
so do you get backlash from like the older parents like that are just like, you don't know what you're talking about, you're younger than me, I'm old enough to be your dad?
No, they don't say that, but they it's backlash for sure. Like all type of things get said to you. You just got to keep you cool, remain professional. Even the kids say some of the most disrespectful things you've ever heard in your life, and you got to be like, I'm an adult, they're a child, I got to chill out like before I really snap. But nah, it's cool though. Being in the school, I'm just glad I'm there to have a positive influence, especially on the males, because like it's a lot of guidance missing. So I do my best.
Before we get into this break, off we was talking about you becoming the dean.
Yeah,
and I gotta hear what's the craziest thing you've dealt with.
I mean, we have fights. Like, I can't really say crazy because I just told you I was school, but I'm gonna say this: I have a lot of people I talk to through all different high schools. It's the same thing. Mm-hmm. It's the same problems all around, depending on what. The only difference is the size, the population of the school. Same problem, same issues. The biggest issue I would say is social media. Because a lot of the fights and the BS starts on social media, especially with girls. I don't know what it is about girls.
Especially the girls.
Boys, listen. Boys will fight and be like, all right, cool, it's over. We'll shoot out ones after school. All right, it's over with.
Girls got to have 3 fights.
It will happen through the entire school year, and it will keep up through social media. And part of me be like, man, y'all need to check y'all kids' accounts because like the stuff that they be saying on their spam pages, I just found out what that was.
Them spam
pages is crazy. Like, so if any parents is out there watching, listen, your child has a spam page. I don't care how good they are, they have a spam page. I know some real good mannered A++ kids who have like 2 or 3 spam pages. I don't get it, don't understand it. Check your kids' accounts, man. Trust me. I'm a dean. I be having to deal with all the stuff. Some of the stuff they don't even want to tell y'all. They tell me. And it's wild. But, more power to him.
I'm happy you brought that up, man. We gonna jump into a quick music break, Chicago. We got the boy Illinois in the building.
What's up, y'all? It's your favorite chocolate baddie, Mary J. And if you rock with me, you'll hit that subscribe button, turn the notifications on so you can stay up to date with the illest, the realest, the trillest alive, man. Tap in. Before we left, you was giving us the inside out of being a dean.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, how do you balance being a father, being a dean, and your music career all at once?
It's tough. I mean, it's usually just dean and daddy for the most part during school year. But now school's out, summer's out. It's artistry. Full, you know what I'm saying? I don't plan to be a dean for a long period of time. This was something that was like kind of like seen as a temporary, and now I see as I really sticking with it because of the community and the kids themselves. I had a girl message me after the last day of school and was like, "You saved my life a couple times. I never wanted to tell you that because I ain't with the mushy stuff, but like," and I was like, "Damn, I gotta come back. I gotta see them.
Sure.
I gotta see them through.
Them connections be real.
Nah, it's real, and it's like you never really realize how many lives you save. As opposed to the ones you be like, all right, man, it's nothing too much I can do. It's a lot of lives to be saved in the school, so I appreciate being there. But now it's full artist time. It's summertime. I got a lot of stuff slated. I got 5 EPs, like I was saying. Me and my homie Trey Style. I got LED Williams 2 is out now. 7750 part 2 flat. So shout out to my homie YP, shout out to Dirk. But I had my address as an EP like 3 years ago.
Okay.
So that's 7750 part 2 is coming out. That's what that Be Right Back is off of. Me and homie Trey Style got an EP.
You took some songs off.
Yeah, I took a song up. We now already redone more. Me and my nephew, his name Rod Will. He was in a group called Minus Gravity. He's based out of LA right now. So me and my nephew got an EP coming, and then I got my last project is gonna be Inhale Part 5.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
So,
like
yeah.
something I could bump to.
One thing I will say, hearing you speak on Dean and music is I feel like it taught you a lot of patience.
Yeah, you have to have it.
And
have to.
And also you stated that, when the pandemic hit, you like, let me just sit on this and wait this thing out.
Yeah.
And I'm noticing like the projects that you have in the works is all EPs.
Yeah. It's like 6.
To my knowledge, you only got like one album out.
I mean, I guess you can call it album. I never really called any of my projects albums. I just call them projects.
Okay.
It was Inhale 1 through 4, then Memoirs of Gilbert Gaston, Du Sable that I did with D Gaines. That's when me and D Gaines first had clicked up. What else? That Wendy's probably like the most recent. That's what we did that show.
Yep. And Wire.
And a lot of people don't understand. Like that show was nice turnout, but it was a snowstorm that night. So a lot of people had bought tickets and didn't show up because it was a snowstorm.
But it still was a good turnout.
It was. But also like I for that, like I was saying, in our pandemic, I sat down and I was with my peoples. So I'm half Haitian. So like Caribbeans and Africans is pretty much. I was raised with a lot of Nigerians. A lot of my homies is Nigerian. A lot of Trinidadians. My homie DJ Matrix, who was my first DJ. That was my first DJ. That's my homie. Like that whole movement, like we was talking about earlier, the Afrobeat music is like what it's come to today. Like I was saying earlier, I don't remember nobody working with any African artist, period, 10 years ago, which I was. Shout out to my homie Blink. Links, I was working with them 10, 12 years ago.
And I'm so happy you just said that because I was going to bring up your longevity.
Yeah.
And people don't realize how long you've been in the game.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to me when people be like, yo, you sound like so-and-so. And I'd be like, damn, that's funny because I've been out longer than them, so more than likely. I didn't get a lot of Happy Father's Days. I didn't get no Father Day cards from a lot of rappers and artists who I fathered their style. So I just want to make that known that I'm still waiting for my Father's Day.
Oh, shit. Say it again one time for the people in the back. Hold on.
Damn, he said he didn't get no Father's Day presents.
I didn't. And I know one person that could vouch for me is my homie Merk. He been around me for about 12 years and he know.
Is it Merk Murphy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. He know a lot of cats got a lot of style, either like song wise or dressing wise from me. I'm a real cool, humble dude, you know what I'm saying? But I had to put that out there. But no, definitely on the Afrobeat tip, shout out to my homegirl DJ Nosike, shout out to DJ 3K, DJ Bonsu, DJ D Money, If I'm Forgetting You, I Love You. But like the scene has exploded, and I'm just being part of it. Like I opened up for Wande Cole 10 years ago with my homie Blink. And then he just came out here at the Promontory about a week and a half ago, and just to see how much Tim's came through, like anybody from WizKid to Burna Boy, my big homie Lon Ray knows everybody. So whenever they come into town, I be like, "Yo, Lon, let me come through." You know what I'm saying? The WizKid show, boom, I'm there. The Burna Boy show, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Just to see where hits come from, because used to turn on an African song 5-10 years ago. Turn that off. Turn it off. Yep. What are y'all doing now? You cannot go to a party at all without hearing.
When did you see that? Like, you know, with you being within the culture, when did you see the transition where people started to finally, okay, this is some good music?
Probably like 4 years ago. It started kind of sorta. I say, as far as, because I'm on the other side too of that, just the African American spectrum of just, you know, in that music. When Burna Boy came out with Yeah, and that was even funny because the reason that song kind of blew up was because Kanye, and people were searching up Ye, and they was finding Burna Boy's song, and that song blew up and had a life on its own. So people who always was familiar with the music was rocking with it, but when Ye started hitting, that's when everything, and WizKid came after that, and then you got just a lot of different artists with different songs and different tracks that just became infectious, and then people just, and then TikTok. So TikTok can blow up a lot of African songs too. Yeah. And now I'm gonna give y'all the heads up. Now this new genre that's coming from South Africa, right? It's called Amapiano.
Okay.
Right? Amapiano, in a sense, just to give it the best description it can, it's African house music.
Okay.
That's all it is. Really, right? African house. It's a song called Adewale. It's probably like one of the most popular Amapiano songs. The dances with it, everything is go crazy. So now starting the Afrobeat artists, like the Burners and the Wit, they starting to use that music too, or infuse with those artists. We just had actually one of the artists just came and did a show up north like 2 weeks ago. So Amapiano, don't let y'all know. I'm the first one to told y'all about that. If you haven't heard of Amapiano, it's African house music derived from South Africa. It goes crazy.
And by you saying that now, I understand why Drake tweeted his tweet or what he said about his project. He's like, y'all will get it later.
I completely understood it, because it's like, all right, let me get into that vein. It's like house, but again, it's that African vibe, those drums, like that rhythm is wild. And if you go YouTube, just a club playing that, the whole club is dancing. The entire club is dancing. You know, and that's one thing I also liked about going and dipping off and being with my people, because you go to Caribbean and African parties, everybody's dancing. It's all about fun. Everybody's dancing. Ain't nobody's tough. Ain't nobody. It's no shooting nobody in African music. Like it's only about money and girls. That's it. And that's all the people want to party. We got money, bottles, girls. Call it a day. You know what I'm saying? Some love songs, but other than that, ain't nobody killing nobody. We ain't got no ops. It ain't none of that. Everybody's having a good time. Synchronized dancing, choreographed dancing. The Jamaicans go crazy.
Are we gonna hear some of these?
Reggae Sunday. Oh yeah, I got actually
some of these sounds. Yo, you know?
The other EP. I got an Amapiano EP with my homie. I did a song with him. It's called Waste, but it was more Afrobeat. His DJ Snow Deep. Okay. He's from South Africa, but he's an Amapiano DJ. So I got a song with him that I'm probably dropping in 2 weeks. It's an Amapiano song. So yeah, man, I got a lot of music, a lot of music.
Damn, D, like Mary J stated earlier, you being able to be a father, you transitioning into a dean, and then having so much music in store for the world. I gotta salute you, my brother.
The brand found me first. I'm finally doing some clothing. Like I stay fresh. A lot of people like you should release some stuff. So I'm about to finally do that. And then me and a good brother of mine, we'll announce it probably later. We working on the wine. So
and I was going, and I said that to say this. You in a way kept speaking on 2019, how a situation happened that blackball you.
Yeah.
I don't know what situation happened, but I want to ask you, whatever happened in 2019, is that something that fueled your flame that made you go even harder now?
No, you know what? It really wasn't. It was like, it made me like completely like not want to deal with none of it. You know, and it was actually might have been a necessary thing for it to happen. I want to say necessary evil, but that's kind of put a negative aspect on it, even though it's positivity that came out of it. It kind of drew me like, this is too mentally draining. I don't really want to rock with this no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all this politics, all this he say, she say, this, that, and the other. We don't rock with them. So I was like, it's too much. To the point where now, like, I feel like I'm making some of the best music because I don't look at this like a career. I look at it as just something I really just artistically get to do. You know, I'm not looking for a certain output to happen or to receive something in return from what I'm putting out. Like, I just really genuinely like just putting out the music. Because now I make most of my money
independently.
No, being a day trader.
Okay.
I make most of my money being a day trader, not even with school. Like, I be day trading at school. Sometimes I be like, yo, y'all messing up my trade. Stop talking to me. Like, you sitting here in the hallway because you in trouble. I'm getting money right now. So, like, shout out to Ross Mack. Shout out my homegirl Daisha. Like, a lot of people, I've been consulting with a lot of people just on the stock market, but options is like super lucrative. It's gambling basically on the stock market. But if you can get good at it, you can see a good return from it. Yeah, so that's where I make most of my money from. So, like, I'm not dying to make money from streams or shows or anything like that at this point. Previously, I was like, yo, this is my bread and butter. But it's not that no more. So I feel like I get a lot of stress relief off of that, so I can just go in and just make music genuinely how I want to make it without having to chase anything.
And when did you actually go independent? Because I remember, I want to say around the time we last sat with you in 2017, you was under Priority Records.
Yeah, so that was a great thing too. That was great. Shout out to Bree. Shout out to Ant. I'm not with them anymore, but they taught me a lot. You know what I'm saying? So one thing with the Priority, it was a single deal. But we didn't. It's all about perception. So we didn't say it was a single deal. We just said deal. So we just leave everybody else to interpret that however they want to interpret it. And people are like, you signed? I'd be like, nah. Yeah, marketing it. And that's what Bree was great at. And still is. And I was just like, yeah, nah, I'm not. So people would pull me like, yo, ain't you signed? No, I'm not signed, bro. We did a single deal for Dancing Like Diddy, and that was it.
Damn. Whole time I thought it was
Nah, I've been independent the entire time. We just did that. Yeah, and I think Priority fizzled out probably like 2 years or a year and a half afterwards anyway. So,
damn, that would have been fucked up if you signed the deal.
Yeah.
Deal just like do it just poof disappear.
Yeah, I don't know what happens after that because I wasn't in that situation.
Look, I got up out of there.
So I'm like truly, I don't have a manager. It's just me. But I've what Bree and Ant taught me was like just building relationships. So I have a lot of great relationships. So like if I need to hit you, I'm like, yo, I want to come through. If I want to hit Sway, I hit Sway. If I need to hit Kyle, you know, it's them genuine I have genuine relationships with people. They be like, man, I'll rock with you. So yeah, come through, come slide through, come do this and that. So
I was gonna say you said hold on. I was gonna say you said relationships is key. Like how is you and Swanks PR relationship now? And
we don't talk on a regular. You know, it's a more of a virtue because I don't even like I was saying I haven't even been ventured into the like Chicago rap world in a long time. Like I still ain't really popped up at an event or anything, but it's still love though. You know, happy birthday or I see what's going on. You know, salute here and there. But no, it never was no bad blood when we even separated. It was more so of a thing. Like I told Bree, like I'm mentally drained. I don't want to waste no more of your time. It'd be that's bad for you. Like I don't want to waste y'all time because I'm not mentally there.
Was it the music? Was it the bit like the music bit?
It was the music, the business. It was the politics and the business and stuff. You know, it was a lot of stuff. You know, just that I don't even want to go on record and put out there like that. But it's just a lot of everybody know if you deal with Chicago politics and music, it's super shiesty.
Shiesty as
you know, and people would do certain things. You'd be like, I don't even have a problem with you, bro. Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, that's what y'all want? Okay, cool. You know, and I looked out for a lot of people too. And that's one thing she used to tell me was like, yo, this is about you. Stop shouting out everybody else and this, that, and the other. And I didn't really get it until I saw other people doing stuff and they wouldn't include me. Not to say like I expected it, but I'm like, damn, that's what I would do.
Feel that,
you know? And I'm like, damn, that's what I would do. That's what y'all want. It's
everybody's
cool.
Not you.
Nah, exactly. And it was a lot of character building during that time where it was just like, all right, cool. I kind of get this is a microcosm of how life is, period. You know, who rock with you, what you supposed to expect out of different people, how you go about ways doing certain things. So, you know, it's all good, man.
Speaking of, I seen you did an interview with Sway in the Morning.
Yeah.
And so you was just talking about, doing everything independently. How did you put yourself in that position to be in those rooms?
All right, so I used to work with Carson and Anastasia. They was my first PR firm that I worked with early on. And Carson had a relationship with Rob Markman. And Rob, it was cool with Sway, and they was doing Get in the Game. Rat Fix was on at the time.
I remember
so
that.
I appeared on Rat Fix. One time my music video came on Rat Fix, and the Game was there. So the Game and Sway, like, gave their feedback on my video and everything. And it just so happens, like a month after, I'm in New York. They like, we just so happen to be doing the Rat Fix anniversary. You want to come up here? Because we got a couple other Get in the Game artists up here. The first time I met Sway, I never met him in person yet. The first time he walked up to me, he was like, "Hey, you better kill it today." I was like, and he didn't even approach nobody else like that. It's like 10 of us in the green room.
Right.
And I'm like, huh? All right, cool. And what happened was, at the end, Jim Jones was there, Mano, Consequence, the Outlaws, everybody was, those people were there. And then the 10 people at the end was the 10 Get in the Game artists, and we got the freestyle. So I did, I'm gonna do my thing regardless, and that's why I was like, you asked me, I'm like, man, I'm so tired of rapping. Sway would have me rap all the time, but that time, that was my first time, and I was rapping, and they called us maybe 2 hours after the fact. They like, Sway wants you to come to Sway in the Morning tomorrow morning. I'm like, oh, word? It's you and another artist. I'm like, cool. So we went up there. His assistant was like, yeah, y'all was the only two that didn't have sunglasses on too. To add into the fact that y'all were the two best ones, y'all didn't have sunglasses on, and like, why would you wear sunglasses? Because we don't know who you are, so you need to see your face. So he was like, we didn't even think about that. Like, if I had sunglasses, I might have worn them. I didn't have it. And shout out to my homie Sam Desalu, one of my Nigerian brothers. He styled me for that show too while I was in New York. So yeah, everything full circle. So that's how, and ever since that day, I've always had a relationship with Sway.
Sheesh.
You
killed that freestyle, by the way. So I'm happy that we back again. I'm able to tell you that.
No, you appreciate it, man. Shout out to Sway.
Before we let you go, my brother, we got a exclusive loaded up for y'all, Chicago.
Yeah.
We definitely got an exclusive, but something exclusive to me. A while ago when 6ix9ine came out.
Yeah.
You were one of the first artists that was trying to tell everybody he was an industry plant. When he first came out, you was, this man is an industry plant. Chicago, pay attention, this, that, and the third. How the hell did you know that?
It was just, I'm a person that pays close attention to detail with anything, whether it's fashion, whether it's music, whether it's TV, anything. That's who I am. So when you put the dots together, like, it just made sense. You know what I'm saying? So first of all, it's this Hispanic kid in an all-black gang. First and foremost, that's like, come on, man. That's like one of us in the Latin Kings. You'd be like, so why are you really with the Latin Kings, brother?
Right.
Like, come on, man. So first of all, that's number one. Number two is just, he looked like a clown. He like a caricature, right? So at that point, it's like, all right, he got to be getting extorted. Oh, he is getting extorted. All right, what is he getting extorted for? All right, cool. This, that, and the other. All right, you saw the people that was behind him. You're like, all right, this still not adding up. What really hit me was, I don't know if a lot of people know, if you've seen the show Entourage, Ari Gold on Entourage is based after Ari Emanuel, which is Rahm's brother.
Rahm Emanuel's
right.
brother.
So he's the biggest agent in Hollywood, period. Robert Morris agency, which 6ix9ine was signed to. So when he came here and got the escort, I'm like, oh, this makes sense. And then I'm like, he keeps egging beefs on. Like, he really got a death wish. Nobody would do that unless they were protected in some form of fashion, right? So I'm like, he keeps trying to start stuff, and then people he would start stuff, shortly afterward we get in trouble with the law. And he'd be like, this is nothing but DJ Vlad just as a rapper. That's all this is. And then when you see everybody go down, and it's like, oh,
and this colorful motherfucker just outside wandering around
to do it all over again, right? Because as soon as he get out from his sentence, he's doing the same antagonizing things all over again, and people keep falling for it. Hey, this is an informant, guys, because previous to his rap career, he was in trouble with the law for child pornography.
I read that. Yeah, I read that.
So you
did not
Then he
know
beat that.
that.
He beat that case.
It don't matter.
No. I'm just. You're right. It doesn't.
It could have led to him being the informant that he is today.
That's why I said that.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if you're not putting two and two together, you just kind of like emotionally reacting. I kept telling people, especially when he came here, like, yo, don't bust a
He
move
was
off
on
of that.
O-Block.
Yeah,
And you saw the real footage, you like,
in the morning.
he put it together so great. You know what I'm saying? To a point where a person who don't have no type of emotional intelligence is going to respond immediately without thinking. And then you playing his game. So now he's in control. He's been in control the whole time. Bro. So like, but no, I peeped game and I was like, wait a minute, he egging on how many people you done killed, how many. Those sound like questions you ask when you have a wire on. Like, hey man, how much drugs are you selling, guy? You got a lot of money over there. What kind of question is that, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? So just little stuff like that, and it's like, oh, I get it. So when all them bloods went down, it was like his job's done. Not really, because he back probably to
he got out
collect more people.
Look,
he got out.
They said we need X, Y, and Z.
That's why it was so easy for him to snitch, because that was his entire job the entire time,
bro. And you peeped it. Like I like I said, when he started growing, blowing, and that situation happened within Chicago, don't fall for it. We was in the DM conversing. You was like, yo, and then you started sending me records and information and doc. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this is not making sense to me. This is not clear. You know what I'm saying? And ain't no way a person that look like that should be talking like that. You know what I'm saying?
Part.
You running off too much at the mouth look as a rainbow.
Like a little trolls dog.
Like, come on, man, chill out. Like but you know what I'm saying? But I just saw everything. I'm like, all right, guys, I know what this is. He's an informant. And it's a lot of journalists and probably other artists who own the same type of vibe. Mm-hmm. He was just a caricature, you know, the biggest of them all to the point where it's just like, we got to watch this show. But it's a lot of silent assassins out there. Mm-hmm. A lot.
Well, look here, y'all. We got an exclusive loaded up. Please let people know, of course, how they can get in tune with you. The latest EP you got, and what EP is this BRB gonna be on? Cause brother,
I sent this to my cousin. He like, hey, this it. So the last two projects out, 7750 is what Be Right Back is gonna be off of. 7750 Part 2 flat, all produced by Real Elite, like the last project, and Illy D. Williams 2 is all produced, mixed, and mastered by Real Elite 2 and recorded. So like, that's my homie. So, and Rail used to rap with us, me and Trey. It used to be me, Trey, and Rail used to be called the Free Agents. And then we turned to Family Affair. And then Rail kind of played Phil in the background. He became a engineer, a audio engineer / producer. Mm-hmm. So that's what he do now. So that's what you gonna hear a lot of that. So Cool, that's my homie Real Elite.
Gotcha.
So LED Williams 2, go stream that. My previous projects is going back up on stream, and I took them off to have people just buy them directly from me. I enjoyed that for a little second. So now I'm putting it back on streaming. It'll be back on streaming once 7750 Part 2 flat come out. And that's what this BRB is off of.
Man. We appreciate you sliding again. Like I said, it's been years, my brother. You was the first to pop in. And it's good to see you again doing well.
It's good to see y'all, man. I appreciate it. This is the first of a couple interviews I got this summer. And y'all was the first one I had to come through. You know, I see what y'all doing. The platform is amazing, and it's iLLANOiZE Radio, so it's only right that the boy Illinois come through. It just makes sense, man. Put 2 and 2 together, make 4 every time.